I know, board members, that was the quickest 35 minutes that I think I've had here at this. Was it 36?
37.
37?
That was delayed.
You're so generous. Let's make sure our finance committee chair is here, and let's make sure that, Deborah, I see that you're here. Are we waiting on Scott? Okay. So let's make sure we have quorum. No, you're good. 2, 4. Okay. So, Chair Davis, please, we are on agenda item 5, Finance Committee Report. Chair Davis.
you. In the interest of time, I'm not going to talk about any of our information items. Those you can read in backup. We have, oh, I got a new paper today, so let me just. We have a motion for the board that the board approve R277-407 school fees draft 2 on final reading.
Apologies, Chair. We are on agenda item 5, and I'm wondering if I'm.
Oh, you're on the single one. You know what?
Yes.
That one's not in my paper.
Let's
Let me pull it up.
restart.
Or just pull it up on my screen and I'll read it from your screen up here. We have recommended action that the board approves R277-113 LEA fiscal and auditing policies draft 1 on second and final reading.
Thank you, Chair Davis. As mentioned, the motion before the board is that the board approves R277-113 LEA fiscal and auditing policies draft 1 on second and final reading. Seeing no lights, let's go ahead and vote.
Because it got. Yeah. The question was asked, why is it a separate item? And it's because it was heard in full board 2 months ago and got moved to this board meeting. So to give time for Deborah Jacobson to work things out with Debbie Davis and our BA representatives.
Yes, thank you for that backdrop. So voting is open. Member Reel is absent. Member Hart stepped out. I'm trying to do a count here, how many we have missing. Is that all of them? 12? Member Hall, would you like to vote on this? I know you just walked into this, so. Okay, let's, that passes 12 in favor and 3 absent. Chair rules that unanimous. Thank you, Senator Johnson. Okay, back to you, Chair Davis.
I move that the committee moves that the board approves R277-726 statewide online education program draft 1 on second and final reading, and I have a substitute motion.
My apologies. I'm trying to keep up with you. Are we on agenda item 6 now? 6.3? Thank you.
Skip on here.
We just concluded agenda item 5. We're back into the.
Oh, I skipped ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just making sure
Committee
we're.
moves that the board approve R277-407 school fees draft 2 on final reading.
Thank you. So, agenda item 6.3, okay. The motion before the board is that the board approve R277-407 school fees draft 2 on second and final reading. Seeing no lights, let's vote. Perfect. That passes. 14 in favor, 1 absent. Back to you, Chair Davis.
6.4. Committee moves that the board repeal R277-725 statewide online education program contract requirements on second and final reading.
The board has found it helpful, and maybe it's just the committee from when I was in non-licensing, but I think the board has found it helpful to give a little bit of backdrop
Okay.
on the repeals. Is that okay?
Sure. This repeal is because we actually had made a motion in board about this contract, and then the legislature changed what they were asking. And so this, and I believe the change was made so that the private school could allow the hybrid model, and the legislature put that into code, and so now we're repealing what we had done.
Thank you. The motion then, and I see a light, but let me restate the motion. The motion is that the board repeal R277-725 statewide online education program contractor requirements on second and final reading. Member Bogus.
Are we at 725 or 725?
Yes, this is
725.
6.4, agenda item 6.4, action R277-725,
Yeah,
a repeal.
with respect, I think that the chair might be on a different agenda item because I think this one is being repealed because the legislature expressly prohibited us from passing a rule. That they legally, they passed legislation forcing a repeal.
So I think.
Am I
in-
incorrect?
In either case, a repeal is in order, if I'm understanding correctly.
I just want to understand what
Yeah.
I'm voting for eventually.
That part is included in the
Yeah.
background there. We had made a rule, they changed things in code, and so we're repealing our rule. See, it says there, expressly
So we're
prohibits
both right.
use of rule
Okay.
to manage the program according to staff, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Again, the move to repeal R277-725 statewide online education program contractor requirements on second and final reading. Let's vote.
Yes, and it was because of the hybrid situation.
So does this fixes it?
It takes away what we were trying to do to fix it.
That passes. 14 in favor, 1 absent. Back to you, Chair Davis.
Thank you. So 6.5. The committee moves that the board approves R277-726 statewide online education program draft 1 on second and final reading, and I have a substitute motion.
That's in order.
I move that the board refer R277-726 statewide online education program to the June Finance Committee for further amendments. And I
Who-
can speak to that.
Do we have a second? Member Hall, perfect. Member Davis, back to you.
So I really should pull up the email, but there were, and I can call on someone for more specifics, but as we've kind of dug into the legislation and code, there are a lot more pieces that could be put into the formulas here that would be better, that either were missed initially or that need to be added to this to make it align better with code.
Thank you. I have
And we'll
Vice
come
Chair
back next
Hart
time.
and then Member Carey.
No, I was going to ask for the reasoning, and that I look forward to that conversation.
Thank you.
Member Carey.
Thank you, Chair. This may be better suited for Deputy Nui. My question is, who was the sponsor of the legislation in the House and Senate that eventually led to the repeal that we just voted on for R277-725?
Chair, if I may, it was Colomore's bill, the Course Choice Empowerment Program.
Yep, no, thank you, Deputy, thank you, Chair.
Thank you. So the motion before the board then is that the board, my apologies, I almost read this off the sheet. Will you restate your motion, Member
The
Davis?
substitute motion is that I move that the board refer R277-726 statewide online education program to the June Finance Committee for further amendments.
That's been seconded, seeing no lights, and stated. Let's vote. That passes 14 in favor, 1 absent. Back to you, Chair Davis.
Thank you. We've got some information items. Item 6.8. I move that the board adopts the 2026 state fiscal year budget, and this basically is based on all the new appropriations.
Thank you. And for reference, this is agenda item 6.8.
Correct.
So the motion then is that the board adopts the 2026 state fiscal year budget. Member Earl.
I just have a simple question, maybe. I know whether it was a year ago or 2 years ago, I can't remember now. Maybe it was closer to 2 years ago. We had some narratives with the district that said, well, you approved my budget. This doesn't have anything to do with local budgets at all. We may review their budget for certain things, if I'm remembering that right, but that's not, this is the money that goes to them, but this isn't, we don't, right? I don't know if that made any sense.
That's correct.
So, okay, I just wanted to make sure. So this is the big package, and while they may send us their small packages as kind of for checking for any technical stuff, that has nothing to do with what we're voting on today. Okay, thank you.
The answer to your question was a yes. Okay,
Yes, and if I can end my committee report by just saying.
let's vote on this.
Oh,
Don't end yet. Let's vote. Okay.
that would be important.
The motion before the board is that the board adopts the 2026 state fiscal year budget. Let's vote. That passes 13 in favor, 1 abstention. Abstention coming from Member Carey. Back to you, Chair Davis.
Just want to make a logistical note that there was a notice that our committee was going to start at 9, but it actually, for anyone that's participating, is going to start at 8 a.m. It will go from 8 until 11, and it will be completely virtual tomorrow.
Thank you. Perfect.